Do 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 do. Beep.
Sidonia is an industrial town. People there tend to be concise.
I'm just gonna wait until that drug's in production. Of course, Andy.
Well, that's nice.
Stay away from the Sixth Circle unless you're a minor. Or at least, don't come crying to me if anything happens to you.
It's a robot.
Am I glad I got this job instead of minding some damn problem?
Why is this robot just...
Hello, stranger. I am known. What can I do for you? I was activated 17 years ago. I malfunctioned and have been in disrepair and unable to move for over 9 years. Repairs are too costly, and I am well past my warranty expiration. Now,
Poor
my
thing.
primary function is that of an automated personal assistant. It was chosen over deactivation. I can make general announcements and relay messages from one registered miner to another, and I can report about local news. All news and information has been supplied by employees of Deimos's mining operations. I also have been programmed with a limited selection of jokes, but I have been told to warn you, they are not good.
They are not.
Why did the snowman need a moist towelette? Because his arms were sticky. My doctor told me I need to cancel my camping trip and sell my circus tickets. She said I needed to avoid activities that are intense. Intense. Get it? I will still be here if you need help later. I cannot go anywhere.
I could not go anywhere. Poor robot. I want to help repair it. Didn't look like it gave me the option. Bruh. Bingy. Bingy. Oh! Eyeballs. It's pretty. The lights are so bright.
Right, Captain. Where are we headed next?
It's about time. Come on, sleepyhead.
Let's go. But how? I just saw a TikTok of somebody warping and I don't know how to do it. It's not fair. Oh, here we go.
Welcome to UC Space. Maintain your current course while we scan your ship's cargo. Scan complete. Go ahead and land.
Oh, well, they're very understanding people, I guess.
Let's pop into Outland while we're here, and see if Joe has anything useful to add to our arsenal.
Well. That's a grabby. Point 91.
Captain! Over here.
I'm coming.
The workup's in the cabinet's hands. They said they'll call for us once they've gotten to properly review it. But listen, I know I should have been more forthcoming about who I was, or...
Ah, no.
So, in the interest of full disclosure, there's one more thing you ought to know before we head up there.
Oh, great.
My
Yes.
relationship with the UC. It's more complicated than it might seem at first glance. The UC's actually the only reason I'm here in the first place. I am a clone of a man named Francois Sanon, one-time fleet admiral of the UC during the Colony War, former head of the UC Navy. They called him
Plot
Ve
twist.
Victus. Woe to the defeated, in Old Earth Latin. A title he earned. The program I was a part of, it was the UC's attempt to create a new generation of military minds from one of their most respected tacticians.
Damn.
Secure the leadership of the UC military for generations to come.
You're a clone of a man? How's that work? It's funny. I'm more interested in what the hell does this have to do with anything?
I'm getting there. The man I was cloned from, my father, was executed for acts he committed during the war. The man caused a lot of death on both sides. Freestar Collective and UC. Military and civilians. And the things he did, well, they're a part of the reason the UC and Freestar Collective aren't really on great terms to this day. So my involvement it could be another obstacle they throw at us up there. I just wanted you to be forewarned.
So you're using me to and I thought my family was messed up. Wait, what?
I really appreciate you saying that. I just thought you deserved to know, considering how much you've done already. You know, while we've got a second, was there anything else we needed to discuss? I know you got dropped into the middle of this pretty fast. Or, if you've got any last-minute business to attend to, now might be a good time. No telling how long the
No.
cabinet's gonna
Fuck
keep
off.
us waiting out here.
You don't. Nope, I don't really care.
Then I guess it's just a matter of...
The cabinet meeting is about to begin. All parties, please proceed to the cabinet chambers.
Sounds like our cue. Here we go.
Ever wonder how the Crimson Fleet seems to be everywhere? And it's because they have little outposts everywhere. There were so many facilities abandoned after the colony war that use them as forward operating bases all over the settled systems.
That guy just talking to himself. Kind of obvious. What's kind of obvious?
Ah, welcome. You must be the captain Hadrian mentioned in her report. You have our thanks for the risks you faced in securing this information.
Hadrian made it clear that addressing this issue required the utmost urgency. Thanks, don't keep my ship fueled, ma'am.
Oh, I'm sure she did.
Yes, well, precisely how urgent is what I hope we'll determine here today. So now, we have two petitioners here making a surprising request. Access to the UC Xeno Warfare Team's Terramorph data, currently housed in the Armistice archives. A request which will require not just this body's agreement, but that of all three Armistice signatories. UC, Freestar Collective, and House Varun. Now, Captain,
Man.
we've all read Hadrian's report on the subject, but we have yet to hear from you. Perhaps you could summarize for the Cabinet what it is you see
You
as
saying
the
she has a
goal of this
manly face?
endeavor.
We need the archival data to find a way to stop a possible Terramorph apocalypse. That sounds too much.
That is something to consider. Though we also have to take into account the nature of the data you require.
Madam President, I object to the very premise of this meeting. While no one would argue that what happened on Tau Ceti was anything less than a tragedy, Terramorph attacks are not some sudden new threat on the horizon. They've been happening for generations. To demand we hand over banned archival knowledge and possibly upset the balance of galactic diplomacy because of a single attack seems at best panic. And at worst, a power grab by the daughter of a bloodthirsty warmonger and her associates.
I would remind the
Wow,
chief
what a
diplomat
dick.
who he's speaking to. If it's my father you're looking to address, you're welcome to consult a medium. I would also ask, how many deaths the Cabinet requires to act? 50? 50,000? Because if tragedies like Tau Ceti are just prelude to more attacks, I have no doubt you'll get the body count you require.
Let's keep this civil, shall we? And while there should be no doubt the preservation of life stands paramount among this body's duties, Chief Yassine has a point. Will a single attack, however troubling, be sufficient to convince the other factions to grant us access to what they no doubt consider weapon data? I don't think it's enough. Perhaps you can help, Captain. As the one who actually collected the sample in question, did this Terramorph seem at all alarming to you?
You fucking kidding? The thing was terrible. It wiped out a colony that never saw it coming. That's pretty alarming.
That is worth considering. This attack took place on an almost completely uninhabited world. The casualties were minimal as a result. But if there's another attack, will we be so lucky?
Yes, a fine point, Admiral. So then, Captain, given the discussion now and the information you've been privy to thus far, if you were in our position, would you grant the request made to open the archives?
I don't know. Probably not. There's a chance what happened in Tau City could happen elsewhere. We need to grant the request.
I'm uncomfortable opening the archives without gathering more information.
Who the fuck are you?
However, if that's the path forward you prefer, then so be it.
I'm inclined to agree.
As am I.
I suppose that does get to the heart of the point, doesn't it? Very well. I consent. The galaxy was lucky you were here today, Captain.
You and I are in agreement, Chief Diplomat. So, if there are no other objections, I believe we can agree to give our full backing to make the request to...
Attention. An incident has occurred. Facility lockdown engaged.
Incident? Chief Sarkin, what's happening?
Uh-oh.
There's been an attack at the spaceport. Terramorphs.
Terramorphs. More attacks.
Let's get him.
Just as predicted.
Good God.
Damn it. They're here. Now.
There must be another explanation. The creatures evaded our scanner somehow.
There will be plenty of time for conjecture later. Chief Sarkin, order the evacuation of the spaceport and have your men contain the things, but do it discreetly. The last thing we need is a citywide panic.
Yes, ma'am.
Admiral Logan, the local barracks can provide support?
I'll make the order myself. Nearest anti-Xeno squad, though, is off-world. Going to take a while to bring them in.
Well then, we'll have to make do with the tools we've got.
Kinda
You
convenient.
too. We can't risk those things getting out of the spaceport. I want you both on the next train there. We'll let them know you're coming, and that you've dealt with these things before. Now go show them how it's done.
We're on it, ma'am. Captain, I'm right behind you. Let's get down there.
Let's go. Can I help you guys? Luna likes string cheese. She won't leave me alone.
The EM rifle, grab it! Now!
Stop! We're trying to help you!
Please! I can't!
That's it. Now hit him with everything you've got.
Damn!
I don't even need a gun. Another loser, another notch on my gun.
They're just civilians, and you beat the shit out of them.
Bring it on. Been a long time since I've been. Feel free to drop some stuff into my bag.
I stole her weapon.
Maybe another time.
Thank you for what you did. We didn't want to hurt them.
The way those people were acting. I've seen this before. They were under the Terramorph's influence, weren't they?
I don't know. They were down at the port and they just started screaming. We tried to restrain them, get them on the train to get them out of harm's
They didn't
way,
explain that the Terramorphs can
but
control
some of the other
your
officers
mind.
down there,
That makes them
we couldn't
much more
restrain them
dangerous.
fast enough. They just started firing on us. People we knew. They went berserk.
Pheromonic projection. Some Terramorphs, they can induce this fog. It affects everyone differently, but some people just lose control. Turn against everyone around them, even if they don't want to. They're like a puppet. You kill the morph, you break the hold. But this means we're gonna need to be real careful with our fire. And keep that EM weapon at the ready.
Hiccup.
Let's do it.
Nat's unlocked. Please, do what you can to help them.
Oh, nice people at least. Is there another one on the ground anywhere? Spaceport.
God, no time to waste, Captain. Stash the EM and
An
pull some
evacuation
firepower.
order
Let's
has
move.
been issued for the spaceport district. All citizens are required to proceed to the nearest shelter.
Damn. What we got? Paramore.
Oh God. Captain, you're going to be okay. Not real. Whatever you're experiencing right now, it's not real. We have to put down that floor.
I've got a headache.
We're surrounded. All around. No way out.
Wait, officer? Are you and this woman experts? Take whatever we can get right now. We've got the remaining creatures locked down on the landing pad. We're barely holding our perimeter. They said you've done this before. Well, one fire team to spare and whatever supplies you need, but I can't risk them taking over any more of my men. Put those things down and do it fast. We'll hold them as best we can.
Heard you might be looking for some backup. You say the word, we're out there on your 6.
You two have
Right
any
people,
experience
at
with
least.
terramorphs before?
Only the brief they just gave on the way here. But we know how to handle pressure.
Surviving a full-on mental assault isn't the same as keeping your cool in a firefight. Might make you more liability than asset.
We're not UC security. You don't need to worry about us. Roger that. We're on you.
Whatever's out there, I'm ready.
You better be. Real tray lid. A singular dead person.
Find anything useful?
Ah! Get fucked. Never.
Check your six! It's one of them! You will be leaving here alive.
Ooh. Neat. Trippy shit, man. You just, Little guy, aren't you?
It's never going to work.
Look at him, he's harmless. And dead. I feel like this gun is just not cutting it. Let's try this one. Wrong button. Did I sell my weapon on accident? I guess I did. Oh, whoops. Imagine running up to a monster like that and punching it. Why are you after me? There's just... Was that sound? There was a crazy sound. I had to restart my computer. Was that sound on the stream too, or just in my headphones? Because when I restarted my computer, the sound did not go away. I had to restart my headphones.
All wrapped up. We should go tell the sergeant what happened. It's over. Thank God. If these things reached the populated areas of the city, we would have had an absolute massacre on our hands.
minigun now? Haha.
Thank the heavens you're back in one piece. Though I guess our people weren't so lucky.
The Cabinet's already got a plan in place to make sure attacks like this never happen again.
Can't happen soon enough. Thank you. The city owes you both a debt after this.
We were just in the right place at the right time. Captain, we should report back to the President. Let her know the Terramorphs have been dealt with. Take care of yourself, Sergeant.
Is Hadrian gonna be evil? Is she behind all this? Because that was wildly convenient.
Attention. The spaceport has been secured. Safety precautions remain in place. Please wait for the all-clear signal before exiting your homes. That is all.
Well, that's Twitch for you. Weird. I guess my headphones broke and I thought it was my computer. The game glitched out my whole headphones. That's crazy.
Whole building's on lockdown.
That's a relief to hear. Thank you, gentlemen. Let your people all know how much we owe them today.
My officers were unprepared for what
there
happened
you
at
are.
the spaceport.
I believe we
I
have
intend to
some
correct
things
that.
we should discuss.
Sure
Captain?
do.
Hadrian, it would appear that the Cabinet owes you our thanks for what you did for the city today. As well as an apology. Your concerns about the Terramorphs, well, consider them validated.
Thank you, ma'am.
I take my gratitude in credits, real estate, or luxury goods.
Of course. I only wish we could have acted sooner. Now, today's events have only clarified our path forward in the eyes of the Cabinet. You will have our full support in collecting the Terramorph data from the archives, as well as a subsequent investigation into the nature of these attacks. But to accomplish those goals, we're going to need the right people in the right places. As such, the Cabinet has authorized me to reinstate you, Hadrian, effective
Damn.
immediately, to your former rank of Major.
Now I'm even more
As soon as we've
concerned
got the
it's
data in hand, we want you investigating these attacks and how to stop them.
mighty
Will
convenient.
you do this?
Yes. Yes, ma'am. I'd be honored.
At this point, I'd be more
Excellent.
shocked if she's not evil.
But as you've both made clear, for such an investigation to succeed first, we're going to need someone to convince the Freestar Collective and House Varun to play ball. Someone who knows precisely the sorts of dangers the colonies and all the galaxy
Luna,
are facing
fuck
right
off.
now. The Cabinet wants you, Captain, to be that representative.
Comes with a pay raise, right? I'm just some Vanguard
We see
nobody.
your atypical background as a strength, not a hindrance. The people you'll be dealing with, they're rather atypical themselves. In exchange, we're willing to fast-track your citizenship upon collection of the data. So,
What?
will you help us?
Fuck yeah.
It has its perks. Only citizens can purchase property in the city. We also pay reduced prices on most goods and services across the UC. There's also a credit disbursement when you first join. Help get you on your feet. But above all, you'd become a dedicated part of the greatest faction in the galaxy. If you're willing to help us, we can open that door.
Who are the same people?
I'm glad to hear it. Now, we, of course, won't be sending you in without the proper support. Deputy McIntyre in the Office of Interstellar Affairs will be your guide on gaining access to the archives. You should be able to find her in her office across the hall. And on behalf of the whole of the United Colonies, you have our thanks. You're dismissed. I'm gonna go check in with Chief Engineer of Gottem. Start getting a plan together for that day.
Hello? Sarah jumped with me. That was funny. Got this. Who? Shortcut. I mean, that's impressive in a way.
By the way, Captain, Sergeant Yumi was looking for you. Sounds like he's got more work.
No way! I am not going to help you much!
Hold on, I'm reloading. Okay. That's a pretty damn good gun. Shit.
Sidonia is an industrial town. The people there. I'd be happy to carry a few things for you. Goodbye.
By the way, Captain, Sergeant Yumi was looking for you.
A Vanguard captain. You... Yes, sir. I'll make sure they get what they require.
Do I have the rank of captain? Is that high or is that like normal?
That must make you my Vanguard captain. Welcome to Interstellar Affairs. I'm Deputy Chief Diplomat McIntyre, Chief Yassine's second-in-command. I heard you were instrumental in protecting the city from the attack. You have my gratitude. I was also informed that you gave quite the presentation to the cabinet. Chief Yassine wants you to know the Interstellar Affairs Office is fully committed to this endeavor, accessing the Terramorph data and beyond. We're going to do everything in our power to make sure you have the tools you need. And that means first getting you into the archives. You do know what the archives are, correct?
Yes.
Someone paid attention in current events. So, then you also know that it was originally managed by the 3 major galactic players. Access to the archives is only granted in cases of dire emergency, and requires a one-time use code from each of the 3 armistice signatories. You see, Freestar Collective and House Varun.
Now, the UC is already on board, so that means we'll need to convince two people. The ambassadors of the Freestar Collective and House Varun to hand over their codes. Get them both and you'll have your data. But that's a lot easier said than done.
You think they'd be clamoring to help after the spaceport attack? No problem. I'm just going to need some electrodes, a tooth extractor, and some sodium pentothal.
I couldn't agree more. However, both ambassadors have reasons they won't or can't work with us. Now, I'll provide.
And I do mean cooperate. Threats and violence are off the table here. Though that doesn't mean we can't get creative.
But it does mean we need to get you up to speed on who you're dealing with. Who do you want to start with? Ambassador Radcliffe of Freestar?
Radcliffe?
Or Ambassador
Daniel
Balmore
Radcliffe?
of House Varun?
I'm going for Radcliffe.
The good Ambassador Radcliffe.
She...
She's a veteran of the Colony War, and her only goal in life is to make ours miserable. Now, officially, our office is suggesting you try and negotiate with her.
Use your experiences as a member of the military and with the threat we're facing to convince her to lend her support.
And who knows? Maybe that'll work. Stranger things have happened. But my suspicion is we're going to have to rely on other tools to get her code.
Certainly. See, good diplomacy is all about the careful application of pressure. We just need to find the squeeze.
UC Intelligence has a recording device planted in the ambassador's living quarters, which we suspect you can use to your advantage.
So bribe the
But getting
motherfucker.
caught trespassing is a quick way to land yourself in an embassy holding cell.
So, if you are going to try and access the device, you're going to need to find a way in there without being seen.
Now, we recovered some intel we believe should be able to help with that. But there's also a disgruntled staff member you might be able to pump for information. Maybe even convince to work with you.
How's it messing up? It might just be my stream. It's probably just my stream, hun.
All right. Here, your diplomatic ID. I'll give them a heads up, you're on your way. Not likely to let you through the door otherwise.
And take these. Chief Yassine wanted you to have some options on how to proceed in there.
Ambassador Balmore's a challenge. When the rest of House Varun retreated into seclusion shortly after the signing of the armistice, Balmore stayed here. He's since lent his support to a small number of archival requests, so there's real hope he might again. Though claiming to know how a member of House Varun thinks is a quick way to earn yourself a psych eval.
Well, these days, they're primarily considered a security threat. House Varun Zealots, a fundamentalist outshoot of the group that stayed behind when the rest retreated into seclusion, want nothing more than to send everyone not dedicated to their cause to the great serpent in the sky. But that hasn't always been the case. After they ended the Serpent's Crusade about 70 years back, House Varun did take a real run at trying to normalize relations with the rest of the galaxy. It's why they have an embassy here in the first place, why they were included in the armistice negotiations. But then, without warning, they left, leaving behind, to our knowledge, just the ambassador and his duty under the armistice.
It does, but there's a concern. We're not 100% sure Balmor is actually still alive. His public appearances were always rare, but it's been several years now since he last poked his head out. Scans of the facility show life signs, but not the kind we were expecting.
Your task is to find him and kindly but firmly remind him of his duties under the armistice. I have no doubt. Now, the embassy front door isn't an option, but our spies have stated there's a side entrance that should allow you access. Here, this device should get you all the way down to the embassy interior. Once you're inside, though, finding the ambassador is going to be up to you. And fair warning, we received a report that alarms might have been tripped inside the embassy during the attacks. Watch out for automated security in there.
Now, if you have additional questions or require clearance for a new approach we haven't already discussed, don't hesitate to ask. I'd suggest you start with Ambassador Radcliffe. Approach her while the attack is still fresh in her and her staff's mind.
Be smart out there, Captain.
Pardon?
Captain, Admiral Logan informed me of your part in halting the attacks. Whole damn city owes you. Now, what do you need?
You can just call them SysDef. Everyone else does. They're the division responsible for combating the Crimson Fleet, fighting pirates. It's not a small job, keeping the galaxy's mercantile class safe from death and dismemberment, so they're constantly undermanned. They work out of the ship, the UC Vigilance. But the support request was a little vague on what your actual duties would be if you decided you want to lend a hand.
The real fire? Yes.
I asked my boss what they're doing to stop new alien attacks on the city.
Maybe we should stop for a moment at the memorial. You know, to pay our respects.
This? Where's the memorial?
Hard to believe it's been 2 decades since we were at war with the Collective, when it seems like only yesterday.
Terrible mindset.
Visitors are only allowed in the lobby, offices, or
I'm going to be upfront with you. I'm not happy visiting anything related to the Freestar Collective, but you lead, and I'll follow.
Terramorphs? As in more than one? All that security and they still can't protect their own spaceport. The UC never fails to disappoint.
What?
I just wish I hadn't received the news from an SSNN broadcast. We have a strategic advantage to maintain, Mr. Long.
Of course, ma'am.
Guests can make
I'll
themselves
make sure it doesn't
comfortable in the
happen
lobby. Excuse me. Are you supposed to be in here?
Yeah, I am.
I'm sorry. Do you have an appointment?
Oh my god, she's hideous. You seem like a lady who wants to stop more Terramorph attacks. Well, have I got a deal for you?
Ah, you're the one McIntyre called about. The eyewitness. She said you were at the spaceport. You have my thanks for what you did down there, truly. Saved many lives. Now, she also mentioned that, and maybe it was just a bad connection, that now the UC wants Terramorph data from the Armistice archives, some of the most highly guarded information in the galaxy, in order to protect us all. I can only presume you're here to tell me I misheard her and that they didn't send you, local hero, to futilely beg on their behalf. Tell me I've got that right.
Man, I do not like you. Nope, they sent me to beg. Please, please. Pretty, pretty, please. That's funny.
I was afraid of that. Let me be I will not be the one responsible for its release. Now, why don't you quit wasting my time and yours, and go? You're really gonna push this? All right, I will give you one chance. One to convince me. Understood. I'm listening.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
There's a lot of scared people out there right now, and I could do something about it. I suppose you might be right. Easy to lose sight of the big picture sometimes. Well, Captain, you make some good points.
Well, that was
But if I'm
fucking
really
easy.
granting you access, I'm gonna need the following concessions. Your access will be limited. You can only take out the items related to stopping these Terramorphs. The monitors will make sure of it. You go in once. You get everything you need on your trip, and never again. And all research done with the data will be monitored. If this data is being used to save the galaxy needs to be involved in the oversight. Freestar scientists will watch your people like hawks. So, do we have an agreement?
Yup.
Excellent. Follow me.
Oops. Let's go.
Sounds like it was a real mess down at the spaceport.
Pickpocketing is a crime. Or have you forgotten?
Shut up.
They tell me it should only take a moment. And there. Don't make me regret this, Captain.
Okay. Interesting way for a machine. What is this? How do I get out of here? Cube. Just cube. Nothing else. Just cube. Wow, I cannot believe I just did that.
Sorry, I need sign off from the office before I can set foot in there. You gotta be kidding me. It's plumbing, not a peace treaty. It could cause an incident. It would mean my job, sir. Fine. I'll begin the process. Wouldn't want to withhold a chance for more red tape from the great UC.
The Freestar Collective has no
Why are you so mean, Evie?
The Freestar Collective. A collective of snakes. What's my problem with them? Really? I'm keeping the FC accountable for the terrible things they've done.
The only terrible
The
thing
Colony
here is your
War
haircut.
was an unforgivable tragedy. Countless lives could have been spared, but the Freestar Collective was out for blood. The Freestar Collective took my father away from me. But that's not what I want. I don't want us to move on. I want people to wake up and realize what the FC did to us, and I want them to be angry. I want justice and closure for everyone in the UC. Well, I want it torn down, of course. The fact that there's even an embassy for them here after what they did, it's infuriating. Tear it down. Tear it all down. Ha! Diplomacy? That doesn't mean anything to the FC. They'll break any law and treaty that they feel like. It doesn't matter to them. All right.
Goodbye. Have fun with your Angor.
Yes, exactly. It's like when someone insults you, you want to just beat the shit out of them.
Boing, 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 boing. Gal Bank. This is a robbery.
How many credits flow through this place? Figuratively, of
Now,
course.
listen, I have a lot on my plate right now, and you don't look like a new hire stumbling through their first day. Now, who exactly are you?
Sidearms are now standard. Read them.
Really? Huh. You have your own ship?
Correct.
Oh, this is perfect. Kismet, really. I have a business proposition for you that could help us both out.
Guess I'm
Very
talking to Matthew
lucrative.
McConaughey. Fuck.
So you see right through me. You've got a good eye. You are just the person I'm looking for. Well, confession time. I might just be a little desperate. See, the world of credit analysis, you know, dealing with deadbeats and reprobates is, well, it's a tough field. And what I need is a ringer, someone that can collect some of our top delinquent offenders. What I need is you. You work with me, and the fee you get will be huge. Oh, I can tell you're eager. That's good. But we'll start small and work our way up to the worst offenders. Yes! So, we got a Galaxy-class con man took out a loan to franchise a restaurant. Turns out, surprise, it was a scam. And Dieter Maliki jumps system. Now, he's holed up in a literal shack in the middle of nowhere. Can you believe it? The job is simple. Get Dieter to pay. And we don't want him dead. We don't want him hurt. Just close his account like an honest citizen. If he dies, then his assets go to probate, and we can get paid. So if he forces you into an it's you or him situation, it's A-okay for Galbank's bottom line if you choose him.
Kill the
But
motherfucker.
I cannot
That's
stress
funny.
this enough. This is not the ideal outcome. We wanted him liquidated, we'd have put a tracker on him. I'll send over all the details. You find Dieter and bring his account current.
Decided to take a break from exploring to collect some debts? Not exactly Constellation-worthy pastime, but I'll follow your lead.
I hate to end on this note, but, you know, not everyone's a straight arrow. If you cut a deal with Dieter, honestly, I have no way of knowing. But don't expect any more jobs for me. Best of luck. I believe in you.
I got shit to do.
Spite fuels me. Spite and mirror. Hey. Sure. Yeah. Find a gal bank teller and deposit all your creds into my bank account. It'll be paid, of course. Eventually. Why?
Because I hate myself.
Huh. Guess we have that in common. Alright. I like to paint, I like to crochet, pretty much hate everything else. You're starting to grow on me, though. Like a fungus. But I like mushrooms. Guess that's the third thing. Trying to get a job at Galbank. It's the big building with the word Galbank on it. Yeah, you'd think so, but sorry, not a gal bank. Anyway, yeah, I'd like to be a banker. It'll be fun. Because magic isn't real, which means I can't be a necromancer. I figured being a soul-sucking banker was the next best thing. Why? Funny. I'm more of a caterpillar person myself, but fine, you win. I like to paint. You're starting to grow. Later.
Okay, bye. That was kind of a neat little conversation. Oh, wow. What the fuck happened here? That's what I get for not paying attention.
This isn't what I expected at all. It appears the flora they were using as decor has overgrown the entire embassy. Before in my entire life. It'd actually be more fascinating if its branches weren't blocking our way.
Am I losing my fucking mind? Pretty. Oh, fuck! Oh my god. These drugs got me going wacko, I guess. The fuck? They don't fit. There we go.
Have anything valuable?
The fuck?
This will all lead. Bring me anything useful? Time to go?
Yes. Where? Basement demons, he says. What's up, buddy?
So, what seems punishment becomes providence. A reminder we can never truly know the Great Serpent's designs for us.
Damn! No protection from airborne stuff, though. That's okay. What's up, Ambassador?
Not the ideal introduction, I suppose, giving you a grand tour of the embassy via barely functioning intercoms. I do greatly appreciate your persistence. I suspect the Venom tree upstairs has worked itself into more systems than I'd realized. But then again, who could cage such a beauty? Tell me though, what is it like outside? I heard the broadcast mentioning an attack. Then the embassy was struck with a power surge and then... silence. Has the rest of the city suffered quite so badly? Is that right, huh? I shall need to have these repairs seen to sooner rather than later. Now, it cannot solely be the Serpent's grace that brought you here at such an opportune moment. You were sent by the UC. That much is obvious. Who else could just waltz through my door, hmm? And the broadcast spoke of terror morphs at the spaceport. A worrying occurrence, certainly, but coming here of all places, when all I could provide is some enthused cheerleading and... an archive code. So the UC requires information, then. On terror morphs, presumably, hmm? Do I see this all clearly?
Bingo! Hand over your code so I can get out of this place. Correct. It's
The preservation of life stands as the very purpose of the archives. Using its data to prevent more attacks, there is logic there. But if I am to grant you access, I have a requirement. For years, House Varun has been known only as an agent of slaughter. We founded this embassy with hopes of shedding that legacy. With little success. In exchange for my code, I require this. You must be the one who ensures it is used for good. Ensure House Varun's legacy is more than just carnage. The knowledge you ask for isn't evil. No knowledge is. It It is we who bend it to evil ends. Oh, you must assure me this will be used to save
knowledge
lives,
is good
not
knowledge, my dear.
endanger them.
As the chair of Constellation, I take personal responsibility in vouching for this man's integrity. He'll keep his word.
Well then, I shall not fear. Please, follow me.
Must you stand on my stuff?
Let's hope it still works.
Stab, stab, stab.
And there. Let it be used for good.
Cool, let's get out of here. Woo, I thought I was gonna have to travel all over the fucking solar system.
We don't stock up on junk.
Don't tell me what to do.
I'm told by top officials the cabinet already has a plan in place.
Here on Vanguard business?
Yes, what?
Captain, you're back sooner than... Oh, wait. Did you actually succeed? With Radcliffe? And Balmore? We're all in agreement. You saved him. You Vanguard really do take that above and beyond thing seriously, don't you? Fine work. And now, I've already arranged everything with the archival monitors. When you get down there, the UC monitor will give you instructions on how to deploy the codes. Follow them to the letter. Here, the UC code piece and an archival access card. The entrance is just on the other side of the plaza across from Mast. Absolute best behavior down there, all right?
Excuse me.
Let's go!
Keeping the skies safe out there?
Sure ain't. I'm keeping the ground safe right now. It's right next to the Freeport Collective. It's interesting. Freestar Collective. What's up? Bowl. I'm in a bowl.
Captain, we've been expecting you. Please approach the monitoring station and we will go over the rules. Welcome, Captain, to the archives. To proceed, you will need to deposit your codes into the 3 corresponding receptacles. Once they are verified, I will open the door. Your data resides in Unit 18. You will not be able to access any of the other units. Once you've collected your data, return to the entrance. You may insert the first of the archival codes when you're ready to begin.
No one's in the Veyroon office.
You may proceed, Captain.
Yes?
There you are. Captain. Deputy told me what went down. Impressive work.
Captain, If you'd be willing to transfer the documents to the Major, she and I have been discussing what comes next.
Time for us to start getting some real answers, and figure out if we've been asking the right questions. So whenever you're ready.
Yeah.
Yes. It will be. Percival and I have done our damage. This is us starting to put some things right. So with the data out of the way, we've been discussing where exactly this work's getting done. The Red Devil's headquarters on Mars, back where you found Percival, seemed the natural spot. Already has the equipment, the safety measures. Though it sounded like the deputy had a few more things she needed to discuss with you first.
Indeed. The most important of which is getting you your citizenship.
Oh shit, already?
Then I guess we'll see you on Mars.
Captain, if you'll follow me.
No, fuck yeah, let's go. 10 years, 3 years, shish. Talk about 24 hours.
Hey.
I should get like a super bonus.
That your ship that landed not too long ago? It sure is something.
Damn, we're high as shit.
All right, Captain. Are you ready to become a citizen of the United Colonies? It doesn't. We don't really care where else you might have been or might become a citizen. Once you earn your place in the United Colonies, it's yours.
I'm ready.
Good. This isn't the only item we need to discuss, so I'll give you the short version. Please raise your hand. Captain, through your actions today and in days past, you have earned your place among the United Colonies. Through service, bravery, strength, and upholding of the mutual good. Will you carry and cultivate these values for as long as you remain a citizen?
Will do. Sure, whatever.
Then, Captain, I'm pleased to welcome you into the United Colonies as a full citizen. Here, your official ID and your citizenship dispensation. We've also let the affiliated realty office out in the plaza know you're approved to purchase property. Now, the other item we needed to discuss. There's a member of the UC who's asked to speak to you, but this person is in a sensitive position. Normally, we wouldn't even consider something like this, but we think this person has information that could prove useful in dealing with the Terramorphs. And they've stated they'll only share it with you. They asked for you by name. So I need your agreement that everything you're about to see is kept in the strictest confidence. You can tell no one. Can you agree to these terms?
Yes.
Let's hope it never comes to that. Head to the elevator. You're going to subsection 7. I'll make sure you're cleared for access by the time you get there.
Level up? Yes. No.
Evening, sir.
Section 7.
I've lived in New Atlantis almost my entire life, and I had no idea this place even existed. The UC certainly excels at keeping secrets.
Alright, I'll go back to dropping that shit. Let me see here. Doors I can practice my skills on? Uh-oh. There's nothing in here. Ooh, there's some in there, though. Nothing I want.
Logging authorized entry. Unsealing access. You may proceed down the corridor. But there are no additional visitors permitted. Your friend's gonna have to wait out here.
I'll be fine. You go on ahead.
Damn right. What's in here? A-level clearance required. Who the fuck is asking for me?
Welcome, Captain. Please, come down and approach the intercom. You and I should chat.
Fucking Hannibal Lecter or something?
President Abeyo was kind enough to give me a few files to peruse. Quite the series of accomplishments you've managed.
This is
But
the guy
now
that's
you face
supposed to
a
be
foe
dead.
unlike any other. An invisible enemy lurking in the shadows.
Is this what they're
You're
cloned
going
off
to need
of
all
or
the
something?
help you can get, which is why I hoped we could speak. Do you know who I am?
Ah, the cat's. It was getting hot in here, and I was like, "Why? Cat's closed the damn thing again." No.
There's a reason for that. Introductions first, though.
He's supposed to be
I'm
dead.
Francois Sanon,
Sanon.
but most know me as Victus. I was an admiral during the Colony War. One of its great villains, if you believe the slates. I was to be executed for my crimes, but the previous regime deemed me too valuable to simply discard. So they put me here, a sacrifice on the altar of peace. Even my death served the colonies. Captain, please. There are no clean hands in galactic politics. We all do what we must to keep ourselves safe. Which, right now, means finding a way to protect the United Colonies and beyond from additional terramorph attacks. An effort you and my progeny Hadrian have already made impressive progress on. And I'd like to help, though I am curious. Has she shared with you the nature of our little family? Did she? So willing to trust Hadrian. I never did succeed in driving that out of her. Our relationship has always been a challenging one. The Major was born to become a great leader, carry on the legacy I established, and was given all the finest training to support it. And she excelled.
No, I don't
The
either.
universe
Makes
cut all that
sense.
short. Now, though, it's placed even more crucial work in front of the two of you.
I'm not
I think
surprised
I
he's
have a
alive.
part to play in helping you accomplish what you've set out to do. After some long years earning the trust of this current regime, the UC has been permitting me to work alongside one of their recovery teams, helping them gather intelligence on, locate, and organize scenarios to lure in some of the criminals that evaded justice after the Colony War. With quite a few successes, I might add. But in the process, I managed to find something else. The names and locations of Hadrian and Percival's old research team. Valuable manpower for the effort you're about to embark on. I'll tell you where they are, but in exchange, I need something dealt with.
Oh?
There is a former colleague of mine, a man by the name of Dr. Reginald Orlaise. Like myself and Hadrian, he was involved in some of the United Colony's more problematic lines of research. Mech weapons were his specialty. If it dealt death, he could make a deal more.
Yeah.
When the Colony War ended, he fled, refusing to face tribunal, and has continued to peddle his skills to the highest bidder to this day. But I finally found him. I want you to track him down and deal with him, however you're able. I'm not expecting he'll come quietly.
Sounds like a
Bring
bit of
me
jealousy
evidence that
going
the
on
job's
there.
done, and I'll tell you what I know. Speak to Deputy McIntyre. I'm sure she'd be happy to hear that someone might be tying up this loose end at long last. Though I would ask you, do not make the mistake of confusing me for a simple cutthroat. Captain, your files indicate a track record of unlikely successes. It is my genuine hope that, perhaps down the line, you might become a part of our team. And this might be something of a tryout. You can certainly try, but the man's been out there 20 years. He's likely gone feral by now. Easier for all if you simply blow up his ship and be done with it. Good. According to my information, he's been hiding around the world of Etheria. Wolf system. There is a star station in the vicinity. The Den. The head of the local vanguard, one Captain Marquez, should be able to help you find our man.
Let's do it. Man sounds evil.
Verified. You may proceed to the exit.
Been a long time since I've been... Sure, I'm right behind you.
She doesn't look like she's 50. They'll never find it.
Captain, did your meeting go well? I hope it's clear now why we needed you to agree to all the secrecy.
Some old guy living in your basement, I could do that.
Surprised me too when I learned it, but the prisoner has proven useful over the years, and kept far from any major decision-making. But I do think it's worth re-emphasizing. No one else can know about this. All right? The Major doesn't have clearance for this sort of information, and she certainly doesn't need a distraction from her current, very important work. Which is why I need you to keep this to yourself. Good. Because bringing this up to the outside world would create the unfair appearance, Captain, that you're unhinged. And that's not a good look for any of us. Now, was there something in particular you needed to discuss about what we were just discussing?
I'm gonna be a hitman!
Dr. Reginald Orlaise? He's finally found him. Of course, killing Orlaise is completely out of the question. But bringing him to justice... He's been on the lam for years. That'd be a huge win for the UC. What's being offered in return? Really? He found the members of the research team. We'd already initiated a search for them, but it'd save a lot of time and manpower if he just gave us that information. Captain, if that's the deal, you have my endorsement. Just so long as you make every effort to bring the man in alive. Now, was there anything else you wanted to discuss regarding your meeting?
No.
Trusting the man downstairs would be a mistake. But I don't think you need to be too concerned. This is far from the first name he's handed over, and all previous missions went off largely without a hitch. So while I'd certainly warrant caution, I think you can proceed. Then I'll bid you good day, Captain, and remind you of the importance of discretion.
Hello.
Howdy.
Hello.
Sidonia is an in. Let's see what you've got.
But I really do need that credit.
Until later.
It's amazing what passes as art nowadays.
What? Really? Wasn't that included in the transfer from last week?
No, that was for handling the shipments, not deliveries.
Oh, okay. I'll try and remember. I swear, lately I feel like I'm spending more time at Galbank than I am here. There's a bit more in the back if you're not seeing something on display.
Wait, I can actually just go in here? There's nothing actually here. Why tell me that? Just let some random stranger into your back room, I guess.
I know we're safe now, but I'm still a little jittery. Can't help but worry about... Oh, please, take a look.
Cats. Trying to close my stuff. Damn.
Thanks for shopping at Jemison Mercantile.
Okay. Hello.
Hope life is treating you well. Let me know.
What?
Chandra Mablink. What is that? Why did that suddenly pop into my inventory? Is that what she's been making?
Be careful if you run into those eclectic jerks.
Hey, kind of break
What
my
then?
concentration here.
Hey, what can I do for you? I'm sure you can find something.
In on deck.
I need to take a nap.
Ah, you are the soundest sleeper I've ever seen.
Woof. For a fucking... For a side quest. This side quest is long as shit, dude. Luna, you're being annoying. Quit it. Quit! Goofy kitty.
Anything I can help you with? You should inspect your ship for heat leeches every couple landings. They'll cause plenty of havoc if left unchecked. Sure, have at it.
What do you got? Holy shit. 24 and 24. I'm confused. It says 36, 36 here. 72, 72 here.
We get the occasion.
Well, this station's seen better days.
Looking
I
to lodge a
wonder if the
complaint?
UC will
Then you
ever
want
fully
UC
restore
security,
to its
not the
full
Vanguard.
glory.
Super et Ultra, Captain.
Oh, apologies, Captain. Didn't recognize you without the uniform.
So, what can I do for you? Orlace. Doesn't ring a bell. Anything you can tell me about him? A man? Living around Etheria. The gas giant. Only one ship like that I know of. Never docks. Doesn't respond to hails. They call it the Warlock.
Maybe this Orlace of yours is the one piloting it. I can give you the coordinates to its last sighted location if you want. Just, well, you'll need to be careful. That part of Etheria's sky is an old debris field. Plenty dangerous. More than a few scrappers heading out never came back. I honestly thought it was just a story board haulers told each other to keep themselves amused. Pretty surprised to find out he has a name. Like, finding out the Grim Reaper's named Mitch or something. Huh. Makes you wonder, though. Ships have been disappearing in those fields for years. Going theory on why was a combination of old ordnance and Etheria's gravity disappearing them. But maybe someone's been helping them over the ledge. Sure thing. Here. This should get you pointed in the right direction. Go get your man.
Got anything you need to offload? Okay, no problem.
All right, let's get this crate into space.
I thought my ship was great, you fucker. kill him, but he basically destroyed my ship. I should have came back later.
Did you know I used to have an office near the top of mast? How far the mighty have fallen, eh?
Anything I can help? Need some work done? Sure thing. We'll get it fixed up. Good as new.
By the way, Captain. As you enter the city.
What?
What?
Wonder where this will all lead.
Authorized personnel only. Brent has to stay here.
Welcome back, Captain. Do you have some news for me regarding Dr. Olays?
He really was kind of feral.
So he didn't come quietly then, as I suspected. I presume you have evidence of this. Excellent. Please, deposit it in the transfer system.
Transfer accepted.
Would you look at that? Kept it all these years. Some simply couldn't let go of that old world. This is fine work, Captain. I can ensure the remaining team members find their way to the Red Devil's headquarters. Except for one. That one you'll need to collect yourself. His name is Kaiser. You can find him on the Freestar world of Nira, wandering the battlefield there. The area was ground zero for xeno-weapon deployments during the war, so I would arm yourself appropriately. And I think you'll want to check in with Hadrian and Dr. Walker before paying it a visit. Kaiser will likely have security protocols you'll need their help to overcome. A military Model A. Yes. Specifically customized for the needs of the Xeno warfare team during the Colony War. A powerful resource, if you can recover him. Of course. We're protecting the galaxy, Captain. We'll need every tool at our disposal.
Authorized personnel only. Your friend has to stay here.
I think I'm done playing for now. Goodbye. See you next time.